In 206 BC, a Chinese general flew a kite over a wicked emperor's palace. He marked the line to measure the distance, then reeled it in. His small army then dug a tunnel into the palace courtyard, launching a surprise attack that conquered the emperor. Let's go fly a kite. Today's two-line kite, as the name implies, has two lines to pilot it. This kite is made mainly of a lightweight nylon fabric that is waterproof and fade-resistant. The fabric is less than 1 millimeter thick, so it's reinforced with nylon mesh to reduce ripping. The kite's other components include nylon and elastic cords and straps, fittings made of leather, rubber and aluminium, and plastic and carbon rods. The kite maker starts with a pattern made out of pressed wood. She marks out a piece of the fabric, and with a few bricks to hold the fabric in place, cuts it diagonally. In sewing terms, that's called cutting on the bias. This will stretch the fabric and help it fly. She cuts more pieces of fabric, this time in a different colour. This kite has 8 fabric parts that fit together like a puzzle to create a 2.5 metre wingspan. The kite's left and right sides are mirror images, so there's only 4 different shapes to cut. From start to finish, it takes one worker about 2 hours to make this model, called the Dragonfly. First, the kite maker sews the longest part, called the belly, to the other parts. She double stitches with heavy-duty nylon thread to help the kite withstand winds of up to 35 kilometers an hour. She makes tiny incisions along the belly's curved edge, so she can fold it and sew in tension line. Tension line is a type of nylon cord she'll sew into all the seams of the kite's lower sections. It'll give the kite some structure and help keep it rigid while airborne. The kite maker secures each line with a knot, which can later be loosened or tightened to adjust the kite's overall tension. The kite maker uses straps made of durable yet flexible plastic to line the middle and the edges of the wings. The straps strengthen the kite, enabling it to survive crashes into trees and rocks. After all, what goes up must come down. Next, the kite maker sews a piece of leather, called a fitting, onto the plastic strap. It's made of leather to protect the kite's structural joints, such as the nose of the kite. It gets a leather patch as well. The kite maker uses a saw to cut the 10 carbon rods to size. They're 6 millimeters in diameter and range in length from 18 to 81.5 centimeters. They form the kite's skeleton. They're the most likely part of the kite to break in an accident. But if they do break, it's easy to replace them. A variety of molded plastic, rubber and aluminium fittings serve a dual purpose. They join the rods together and keep them from falling out of their sleeves. Now, the kite maker attaches a nylon cord, called the bridle, to the fitting that joins the rods on the wing's leading edge. The bridle is the kite's rudder, steering the kite to the left or right. The bridle comes off easily if you need to replace the rods. The kite maker now attaches tension lines to 2 plastic components called arrows. They're located at the kite's wingtips. She ties elastic bungee cords through the arrows to hold the tension lines in place. This makes all the fabric parts taut enough to fly. Next, she attaches the bridle to the center rod, the spine of the kite. She inserts the rod into its protective leather pouch at the nose. The other rods are inserted into both sides of the wing. These give the wing its curved aerodynamic shape and help the kite stay aloft. Finally, additional rods under the wing provide more structure and support. These rods spread the kite and help keep it open. And now, you've got yourself a handmade wonder. It's time for this kite to take to the air.